So what up? This is your friendly homie on 2, and this is gonna be an awesome video. And the reason it's gonna be an awesome video is because of where the video is being shot. This is a special video for me, and I've been waiting to do this for a long time. So today, without further ado, I'm taking y'all home with me, back to my hometown. Where is that? Lumberton, North Carolina. Come home with me. Let's get it in. City limits, baby. I'm coming home, baby. Let's go.
Who you riding with?
Who you riding with?
Who are you riding with?
Who you riding with?
I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, man. I rode all the way from Winston-Salem, North Carolina to Lumberton, North Carolina, which is about 2.5 hours away from where I live now, to bring you guys home with me to see where I came from. I talk about a lot of stuff, but this place is just special to me. It will always be home. It will always, I'll always see it that way. And so it's always good to come home, visit my family, see old friends. And yeah, sometimes you just want to go back to high school. So let's do that. Let's go to high school. Have you ever had the desire to go back to your hometown and ride the streets that you grew up on, just to see what it's like, or just to have the experience? I mean, after all, there's no city that you know better than the one that you grew up in. So here's my high school, Lumberton High School. Now, of course, when I attended here, it was called Lumberton Senior High School, because we have a junior high and a senior high. The junior high schools were grades 8 through 9, and the high school, at least when I was here, was grades 10 through 12. Now, all of that over there on the other side wasn't there. That whole building was not even, I didn't have the pleasure of roaming those halls. It was just this part, and the school goes back a little further in depth. But yeah, this is my high school. This is where I graduated from. The Pirates, baby, the Pirates. Now, right across the way from our illustrious halls of learning, this is where you come, or you bring your little high school if you want to come and feel some pain. This is the high school football stadium. So let's see who some of the teams that they used to give it to, and still give it to. I'm talking to all of you local high schools. Y'all get at me. Y'all holler at me if you got some beef. But anyway, yeah. Look at some of the schools we went to. Pernell Square High School, we gave it to them. Richmond High School, all right. Richmond was pretty good back in my day. I don't know how they are now. Scotland County, we gave it to them. Hope County, we gave it to them. Pinecrest, we gave it to them. So I'm going to show you what the field looks like. I'm going to cut to a scene here.
Welcome to Pirate Stadium. If you step on this field and you didn't have maroon and gold on, you was about to get to business. A lot of legends were made on this field, and some of you even advanced into the NFL. And any given Friday night, you can hear the crowds. You can catch me in the stands cheering my brother on. Man, where does the time go?
So, yeah, that's high school, man. And, yeah, I had some really, really good times back then. It was our local bowling alley. I've embarrassed myself time and time again in this place. So many times I've embarrassed myself. And then I just didn't care anymore and rolled go to balls just for the heck of it. What's this guy doing? So this is down center town, Lumberton. It's our courthouse. Years ago, newspaper place was here, and some guys decided they were going to stick it up and have some hostages. Yeah, it didn't work out for them. When I was a kid, man, this whole area of the town was like booming, man. I mean, there was businesses that were, running. I remember coming here and having participated in plays and all kinds of little events when I was a kid. This is like a theater or a big stage where you can put on all kinds of events, man. It used to be pretty good back here. Down here, I remember this Washington's Men's Store. Oh man, anytime I had to get an Easter suit or any suit at all, man, that's where I got it from. Washington's. You go and get your stuff tailor made, man. So it looks like it's still in business. I still see suits in the window, so good for them. They're not shut down. I'm glad that one of our local businesses are still thriving. And up ahead, this is like City Square. Like you'll have like live events, whatever used to take place out here. And up here on the corner, anybody from Lumberton could tell you who's always here during the week. You guessed it, Johnny Hot Dog. That's a sign up there, right there. Johnny's Hot Dogs. Man, some of the best hot dogs. Johnny's Hot Dogs, a little hot dog truck that's always there. But enough of that. It's time I take y'all where I grew up. And I didn't grow up on this side of the city. I grew up on the side of the city that wasn't so sweet. Once you cross that bridge, going over the Lumber River, you're first greeted with First Baptist Church, which is an iconic church in Southside Lumberton. It's been around for a lot of years. But once you cross that bridge, man, you're on the south side. And nothing says south side more than this road right here. Highway 41, Martin Luther King. It's always Martin Luther King Street, right? Martin Luther King, 41. This is the south side, y'all.
It's the block, you know how it goes round here. Streets so cold they get froze round here. Nobody knows Joe, don't be nosy round here. I heard snitches get stitches and get it sewn round here. Shorties all grown on they cell phones here. Rather read text than look and read their textbook. Let's look where you gotta have the fresh look. The next look without ice, your neck looks bare. Car looks rare. If you got 2 times 2 pairs of new rims, they all gon' stare. Feelings get hurt if you ain't got the name of the right man. The brand sealed in your shirt.
This is the neighborhood I grew up in. It's called Lumbee Homes. And I grew up in this neighborhood, and we were poor, but I didn't know it. I guess that's the good sign of growing up in a good community, is that you really don't know that you're poor when you're poor. I mean, I had hand-me-down clothes from my brothers, cousins, and whatnot, but I didn't care. I mean, none of that was like how we measured ourselves. We didn't care about, having the latest, greatest. I mean, yeah, there were some people who was, rocking some new kicks and, for school and, having the latest name brands. And, we gave them their props, but it wasn't like we felt any less of a person because we didn't have them. I think that was the unique thing about growing up here, is that, you know, I didn't really feel like I was in need. My mom and my grandmother, they did a great job of making sure that I didn't feel like I had any wants. Now, the reason why this neighborhood is empty is because they've cleared all of this out, and they're going to tear these buildings down. So this might be the last time I get a chance to see the neighborhood the way it was when I grew up. And that's kind of bittersweet. I mean, it's good to know that they're going to build some new apartments here, and they're investing in this area, but there's a lot of memories in the buildings that already exist. And I mean, even with the new buildings that they bring up, it's still not gonna seem like the same place. So this video, I mean, I'm the only person in this whole neighborhood, and I don't know, it's just a little, one is weird being in the neighborhood you grew up in and not seeing any kids running around or anything like that, but it's also just weird feeling like this is so final. You know, there's never going to be any more tenants in these buildings. They're just going to tear them down and build some new ones. So this is probably our last look at them. So right here on this apartment here, that apartment used to be elderly gentleman, a senior citizen by the name of Johnny, Mr. Johnny, we called him. And he was the neighborhood store. So if you wanted candy, penny candy, or, you know, potato chips, or, you know, candy bars, soda pop, you go to his place, you give him, you know, a quarter or whatever, and you can go get you a soda, you know. And I think that was cool, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of little spots like that all across America, but that was just so cool. I got a lot of memories here. Miss Maggie lived here, and her daughter ended up marrying my uncle. So that was like having a second grandmother. So a lot of memories here. And my grandmother lived in this apartment. So my cousins, who had one grandmother on one end and one grandmother on the other end, both their grandmothers were in the same unit. My best friend's grandmother stayed there. My aunt stayed here. It's just a lot of memories here. Miss Mamie stayed here. And I don't know if you guys remember, Miss Tessie stayed here. So let's go through the neighborhood. Let's see what else we can remember. Okay. I want to say Miss Gracie stayed. No, Miss Lucy stayed over here. Okay, I'll get back to it. Scooby, Frida, you guys stayed up here. One of these apartments. I want to say it was this one. If not, it was this one. So I can't remember. Sean, you stayed here. Victor and Vincent, I want to say, and I forget the sister's name, but they stayed there. Now this apartment here was the first apartment that had a Nintendo. Yeah, when the Nintendo came out, everybody was in that apartment, man, going to play the Nintendo, play Mario Brothers all day. Jeff Washington stayed up in here one of this. This is where I used to go get my hair cut at. Yeah, what up, Jeff? Ulysses, they used to stay up in this mug, right? LaDonna stayed up in there. Man, we had some memories, man. There's some more apartments here. My Aunt Mag stayed over here. Man, let's run it down. Barbara, Will, and James, they used to stay up in this mug right here. What else we got? I know I'm missing some. I know I'm missing some. June Patterson and them, they used to stay up in here. My homie Sean, he used to stay in this apartment too. And Mr. Johnny, when he moved from over there, he moved here. I would wake him up every morning, man, for some penny candy. What else we got? Oh, I know I'm disobeying the stop sign. Miss Maggie, she stayed here. What else we got? Quincy, Dwight, all of you guys, the McCormicks were right here. Over here was Connie Campbell. All the Campbells, they stayed here. Lamont, yep. Sean stayed there. Man, Sean, you was all over the place. And the Atkinsons. This is Dre. Crystal. All of you guys, that's the Atkinsons. They were staying there. My Aunt Mag stayed there. My Aunt Mag got around too. Squilla. The Gilcreases. Oh yeah, they was up in there. That was the joint, right? Jose, I wonder if you remember when your boy came through here with Public Enemy blasting, coming around the corner. And no tour of Southside Lumberton is complete without going to the wreck. You go in here, there's an inside basketball court. Of course, there's an outside basketball court, but inside, they also had a room for pool tables. Now, they had two pool tables. There was a big pool table and a little pool table. Now, if you were under 13, I think you couldn't go on the big pool table. You had to be on the little pool table. Now, of course, I would always try to find myself on the big pool table anyway, because I was always dusting them off. The little pool table didn't have enough, competition for me, so I would always end up on the big pool table. The only way I would get kicked off of the big pool table was because somebody that I beat would go and tell Billy that I was on the big pool table. So I had to get kicked off and to go back to the little pool table. They were just mad because they was getting whooped. The only person that could beat me was my brother. He was the only one. But that's all right. I got my revenge later on. Shout out to Ziggy. But anyway, man, this is probably the most iconic area on Southside Lumberton. On Sunday afternoons, this fence wasn't here. You will see cars lined up all on the side here. You will see cars lined up. They had the cars cleaned up. They came to show their cars off. Music was pumping. People was walking up and down the street. It was just a nice place to come and hang out Sunday afternoons. And, after you got that good food from mama, you come out, the guys was playing basketball on the basketball court. They had this box that controlled the lights. You put a quarter in there and you can keep the lights on a little longer. So we keep the lights on to about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And we're all out having a good time. The cars are playing. The girls are out. You get the scene, right? And bragging rights, there was egos won or created and egos crushed on that court. So, and back then, I mean, it looks like they have nets up, right? But I think they were chains back then. So when you hit that shot and it goes swish, you hear them chains ring, man, that was the joint, man. There was nothing else better than that. When you hit that shot from way out and just drain it and you hear them chains ring, man, nobody couldn't tell you nothing. I know that's bad English, but I don't care. So, but anyway, this is the wreck, man. I know it says Parkview Activity Center, but don't let nobody tell y'all different. If you're from around here, that was not Parkview Activity Center. That was the wreck. And so, no tour of Southside Lumberton is complete without it. But this is my roots, man. And it's just been a joy to have you guys come home with me. There's more on the tour, so we're going to continue on with the next video. But for now, holler at you later. Ride your ride. Peace.